Welcome to Eduquestzone. Let's begin the MCQs quiz. Question 151. At resonance in an RLC series circuit, the current is Option B maximum. At resonance, impedance is minimum, hence current is maximum. Question 152. The voltage regulation of a transformer is 0 at Option C leading power factor. Zero regulation occurs at a leading power factor where voltage drop due to reactance cancels resistance drop. Question 153. The fault level MVA at a bus is given by Option A V squared by Z in MVA. Fault MVA equals base MVA divided by per unit impedance at fault point. Question 154. In a control system, derivative control improves Option C stability and transient response. Derivative control improves stability and transient response by reducing overshoot. Question 155. According to the sampling theorem, to reconstruct a signal without distortion, the sampling frequency must be Option B twice the maximum frequency. Sampling frequency should be at least twice the maximum frequency component. Question 156. In a parallel RLC circuit at resonance, the impedance is Option A maximum. At parallel resonance, impedance is maximum and current minimum. Question 157. In a DC shunt motor, the speed mainly depends on Option C armature voltage and flux. Speed of DC shunt motor depends on voltage minus armature drop divided by flux. Question 158. Surge impedance loading of a transmission line is given by Option A V squared by Z0. Surge impedance loading equals voltage squared divided by surge impedance. Question 159. The stability of a control system improves when Option A gain margin increases. System stability increases with higher gain and phase margins. Question 160. The Fourier transform of a delta function delta t is Option A1. Fourier transform of delta function equals 1, constant across frequency. Question 161. In a series RLC circuit, bandwidth is defined as Option B F2 minus F1. Bandwidth equals upper minus lower half power frequencies. Question 162. The efficiency of a DC motor is maximum when Option B variable losses equal constant losses. DC motor efficiency peaks when variable losses equal constant losses. Question 163. In power system stability analysis, the equal area criterion is used for Option B transient stability. Equal area criterion helps determine transient stability of synchronous machines. Question 164. In a feedback control system, the main advantage of negative feedback is Option C improved stability and accuracy. Negative feedback improves stability and accuracy by reducing system sensitivity. Question 165. The Fourier series of an even function contains Option B cosine terms only. Even function Fourier series has only cosine terms. Question 166. A first-order low-pass RC filter has a -3 dB cutoff frequency of 1 kHz. What is the time constant tau? Option B 0.159 milliseconds. Tau equals 1 divided by 2 pi times 1000. Approximately 0.159 milliseconds. Question 167. In a three-phase induction motor, maximum torque occurs when? Option B rotor resistance equals rotor reactance. Maximum torque occurs when rotor resistance equals rotor reactance. Question 168. In an HVDC transmission system, which component is used to convert AC to DC? Option C rectifier. The rectifier converts alternating current to direct current in HVDC transmission. Question 169. In a root locus plot, the asymptotes intersect the real axis at? Option B sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by n. The intersection is at the sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by number of poles minus zeros. Question 170. The Laplace transform of a unit step function u of t is? Option A 1 by s. Laplace transform of unit step function is 1 by s. Question 171. A high-pass filter allows? Option C only high frequencies. High-pass filter passes frequencies above cutoff frequency in blocks lower ones. Question 172. The torque developed by an induction motor at maximum torque is proportional to? Option B 1 by x2. Maximum torque is inversely proportional to rotor reactance. Question 173. HVDC transmission is preferred for long distances because? Option B lower line loss and no reactive power. HVDC has lower losses and no reactive power issues in long transmission lines. Question 174. In a root locus plot, the branches start at? Option A open loop poles. Root locus starts from open loop poles and ends at open loop zeros. Question 175. The Laplace transform of delta t is? Option C 1. Laplace transform of delta t equals 1. Question 176. In a series RLC circuit at resonance, the impedance is? Option A minimum and equal to R. At resonance, XL equals XC, so the impedance is purely resistive and equal to R. Question 177. In an induction motor, the torque under running conditions is proportional to? Option A is E2 squared R2 divided by R2 squared plus SX2 squared. Torque is directly proportional to slip times rotor-induced EMF squared times rotor resistance, divided by R2 squared plus SX2 squared. Question 178. In HVDC transmission, the main advantage over HVAC for long distances is? Option A lower transmission losses and no reactive power. HVDC avoids reactive losses and skin effect, leading to higher efficiency over long distances. Question 179. In a standard second-order control system, the peak overshoot depends primarily on? Option A damping ratio zeta. Peak overshoot depends mainly on the damping ratio zeta. Question 180. The Fourier transform of a constant function is. Option A, delta of omega. The Fourier transform of a constant is a delta function at zero frequency. Thank you for watching. Visit eduquestzone.com for more quizzes.